Yeah, that would probably be my next question. What happened with Master Milton and aka and as well as Kyle and the entire Toontown Infinite scene? I'm grouping it together, so you can
So
direct me
so,
properly.
so basically, so Kyle, from what I remember, he had no intentions of going to 137 laugh. His main goal was he wanted to max the bosses, then he was just gonna chill and keep playing and just having fun. But he got banned around the same time Lefty got banned. Kyle was not a little kid when I met him. Kyle was I think he was like 16 or 17. He was closer to my age than at the time than Lefty was.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't a little kid, but he still got angry that Toontown banned him, right?
Yeah.
And if all you're doing is using spoofers and flying in the air, should you be banned permanently from the game? This is, that's everybody's opinion. But sticking with the facts, what happened was they got banned, they got angry, they went berserk. I made a video a few days after they both got banned. They thought I was talking about them. I wasn't. I basically made a video basically said, because people used to ask me this every day, literally.
Wow.
Frizzy, I got banned for no reason, quote unquote. What do I do? And they didn't get banned for no reason. They got banned because they were breaking the rules. Now, I'm not saying Disney was justified in banning people for such silly offenses, but it's kind of like if you walk into a pizza place and you're not listening to their rules, they're going to kick you out of the pizza place, you know?
Yeah, I
But
can totally understand that, man. Like
but oh, go ahead.
if you're
I,
not doing what they ask you, if you don't follow their terms and regulations, I would say in some ways it would harm Disney, but in others, as you described in your Toontown isn't lazy, they're geniuses video, they didn't really care because it was giving them more publicity in other ways. So they had
exactly.
more than one way. And it was a very interesting time for Toontown Online, in terms of hacking scene, because not many games had that. I mean, some did, like in terms of like modifications, in terms of like enhancing the game. I'm talking
See,
about just pure hacking though, and
and
pure
and you
changing.
gotta.
Even
And,
Joey was a part of that scene,
oh
surprisingly.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. That's some yeah. Like pretty much like I said, 90% of the game at one point experimented with some sort of hack or some sort of mod. It was like it was just like normal, honestly. But the difference is 90% of people didn't go on YouTube showcasing their hacks. This is where Lefty and Kyle messed up. They basically snitched on themselves when they started making YouTube videos broadcasting that they're hacking the game. That's when they got banned. Because until that point, Disney didn't know. So when they saw the YouTube videos, it was GG. Now, to answer what happened with the whole conglomerate of like YouTube personalities, unfortunately, this caused a split. So I made my video basically telling people they got to take responsibility for their actions.
Mm-hmm.
You people aren't getting banned for quote unquote no reason. You're getting banned because you're breaking the rules and then bragging about it and then recording yourselves doing it. That's not getting banned for no reason. Now, I think the people that watch my content, they know me well enough.
Yeah.
If I was calling somebody specifically out, I would just say their name. I was not When I made the video, I didn't even know Kyle got banned, right? I found that out after I made the video. I knew Lefty got banned, but I didn't talk to him about it yet, right? So Kyle was the main guy that got angry at me. He even made a video on his channel saying that how I hate him and I wanted him to get banned, and I'm making fun of him for getting banned in my latest video. And it's like, dude, I didn't even know until afterwards. But you know, Lefty and Cal, I guess they felt like they were being attacked, and then a bunch of people basically went on their videos and were saying, "Ha ha, you deserved it." Just all this bullshit, right?
Yeah.
they never. Now they tried to make new characters, right? Lefty got back up to 130 laugh. You know, time he
Oh.
used some hacks though. It wasn't
Ah,
legit.
there's the trick.
So
Yeah. And then he just stopped
too
caring
high laugh.
entirely at some point on Toontown Online. And then when Toontown Written came, he kind of got, I want to say, you said he didn't get angry, but was he at least trying to kill it off permanently in some capacity?
So some of what you said cut off. Can you re-ask the question?
Yeah.
I only heard.
What was he trying to kill off the game permanently if he wasn't angry?
You talking about after he got banned the first time?
I'm talking about after, like in Toontown Online, he kind of, after he got banned, he kind of calmed down, and it was a little bit more silent after the game closed down.
Oh yeah, I was getting to that. So basically, when he started playing, like after the first time he got banned, right?
Yep.
Got back up to 130 laugh or so. He used hacks this time though. This wasn't legit. So he got back to up to 130 laugh. He was still pissed off, but he was not yet the monster that people see him as now. He didn't get to that point yet, right? So he figured, oh yeah, I'm finally gonna max. It's a shame I couldn't do it legit, but hey, at least I'm getting my goal. Then he gets banned the second time.
Wow.
And yeah, and this is when the transformation really started. When he got banned the second time, he just said, I don't give a fuck. I'm destroying everything. And that's when you just saw him starting to make videos, flooding the server with a bunch of Lefty clones and all the stuff you basically probably know him for now.
Yeah.
That's when it really started to happen. Now, how did this affect the other like main YouTubers like Milton and the other guys? Well, this caused a split in the conglomerate because there was no middle ground. You know, nobody just looked at things from the middle and be like, yeah, I understand why Lefty's pissed off, but I also understand why he got banned. Nobody was looking at it from that perspective. Everybody was basically like, you're either with Lefty or you're against him. And yeah, a lot of details were left out of the videos that you guys saw in the public view, but you guys can probably put two and two together that there was a lot of fighting happening behind the scenes.
Yeah, there was
you know,
there was a certain point where he joined the Toontown Infinite team, surprisingly. And in some ways, I don't want to say you were affiliated with that, but you had some form of involvement with the Toontown Infinite scene. And so it was very unique to have that spin to it, despite what the community was going through at the time.
And no, man, you don't gotta sugarcoat it. I wasn't with Toontown Infinite because, unfortunately, I'm a very good judge of character, but sometimes I misjudge people. It's only natural. Everybody's wrong sometimes. And, I was wrong. They came to me and they were like, yeah, Frizzy, we're gonna do things the right way. We got Lefty on the team, we got Cody on the team, we got all the hackers on the team, we got all the talent. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna do things the right way, man. We're gonna make a server intended for good players. We're gonna have new content. We're gonna have new bosses. Yeah, we're gonna do this and that. We're gonna do things the right way. And what was the guys? Somebody from the Toontown Rewritten staff actually PM'd me on YouTube.
It was maybe
I think, was it Harv? Was that his name?
Harvey? No, that's not it.
It was somebody.
Grover?
No, it wasn't Grover. It was like a guy that wasn't really well known. There was
one that got banned off the top of my list. It was Goshi, maybe?
No.
Okay.
It was like one of their mods. He basically PM'd me on YouTube and was like, Frizzy, why are you supporting Toontown Infinite? They stole our code and they're a bunch of thieves. And man, I didn't believe him because at the time, Toontown Rewritten, their staff had already told me a bunch of lies, so I just wasn't hearing it, right? I dismissed what he was saying. I broke my own rule where you're supposed to listen to everybody because a broken clock is right twice a day, right?
Yeah.
So I broke my own rule and just dismissed what he was saying because I'm like, oh, these lying why am I gonna listen to them, right? And then sure enough, as I got to know the Toontown Infinite staff, I found out there was a lot of shady stuff going on. And that's, when I made my famous video apologizing, admitting it, because people think I never admit when I'm wrong for some reason. So I made that video, explained what was going on. So yeah, you don't gotta sugarcoat it, man. My affiliation with Toontown Infinite was I was very blind to the obvious, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah. Yeah, you make a
did
lot of mistakes. Toontown Infinite was the clash between a good and an evil, not an evil side, a better side of what they were looking for. And so most of the people bought into it. And so that's how they started their whole trend. And eventually, once they realized, oh no, this is giving us a bad reputation, they kicked them off. And then on top of that, they tried to salvage it for a whole year. And then they ended up closing.
unfortunately, Toontown Infinite was just a TV projected like live television show of what was going on behind the Toontown conglomerate. Because when the whole you're either with Lefty or against you Lefty crap was happening with all the YouTubers, that didn't die when Toontown Infinite came out. Unfortunately, when Toontown you cannot have a successful game if your staff is fighting each other every day. I mean, there was a lot of chaos happening in Toontown Infinite behind the scenes. Um, I don't know if Toontown Rewritten had the same problem, but if they were having the same problem, they did a good job of making sure it didn't get out to the public. So that's something they did correct that Toontown Infinite failed at. At some point in time, it's like, okay, we're all trying to make the game better. At some point, you gotta just shut up, accept each other's differences, unite together, and get this shit done. And then if you want to fight after the project's done, go ahead. Go to a boxing ring and duke it out after the project is done. Knock yourself out, no pun intended. But unfortunately, Toontown Infinite couldn't do that. They were getting so angry at each other, they wanted to put rats on people's computers and all kinds of just crap. So, and then when I found proof that they really did steal Toontown Rewritten's code, it's like, damn, that guy, and he'll probably see this interview. I want to say it was Harvey, but I'm not sure if it was him. I just don't remember who PM'd me. And
It's been a little while. I do agree with that.
and
There's
YouTube deleted all the inboxes, so I can't even go back and check
oh
if I wanted
yeah,
to
with
now.
the YouTube
So
messages stuff, which they're now phasing out.
yeah, man, just stupid, man. But it's whatever. But anyway, I know. I mean, people are gonna be like, "Damn, it takes Frizzy 20 minutes to answer one question." Well, because things are not as simple as people like to think, you know. But that to give a concrete answer on what happened, basically a bunch of bullshit happened. Two people got banned. Everybody declared war on him. Now, y- you know, I am a very honest person, right?
Yeah, and
And
I mean, some people would have a different opinion on that. Other people would. I personally think you're down to the us.
well, and not everybody can handle my honesty. Not everybody can handle brutal, unbiased honesty. I don't pick sides. I call it right down the middle usually. I sided with Toontown Infinite because at the time I saw no evidence to support Toontown Rewritten's claims that they were stealing the code. And later on, once I saw that they really were stealing Toontown's Rewritten's code, I made a video basically owning up to my mistake and correcting it. So, unfortunately, not everybody can handle brutal honesty. The main reason me and Milton had a falling out is because he couldn't handle my brutal honesty. Now, Milton, like everybody else, also experimented with hacks, but he never got banned for it. He never got caught for it because he wasn't going on. And Lefty, if you're watching the video, I'm not trying to bash you, dude, but when you make when you go on YouTube and you incriminate yourself, you're gonna get banned. Like I don't know how else to word that. Like Mallow45 never incriminated himself because he didn't record himself hacking the game. You did. You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah, I do,
So,
man. Like, in terms of
but
like just it's the problem was people were at the time they were so I don't think they really cared in some ways. Like I don't think Lefty necessarily cared at the time because he was just putting it out there to say that he could do this stuff. And so he wasn't thinking about the consequences. And so when those consequences came, from what it sounds like from your perspective, he basically just totally went berserk and he started doing those things that we know about him doing today in a modern sense. And eventually, once that died out, his whole channel phased out, and that's basically the story behind him, in some
from
ways.
what I from what I know about Lefty's personality, I think the reason he closed his channel, and this is what I mean. What I'm about to say is brutally honest, and I already know a lot of people that are about to hear this, especially his hardcore fans. They're going to get very angry at what I'm about to say. Some people are not going to be able to handle this, but I'm of the belief that the truth always comes out and that it's best to just be honest to people and not sugarcoat things. So,
Um,
reason I think Lefty and Kyle closed their channels is because, you know, there's no easy way to say this. Lefty, for all intents and purposes, did intend to destroy the game, and he thought he succeeded. Town Online closed, right? When Toontown Rewritten basically survived and made it pretty obvious that this game is probably never gonna die, that's when he closed his channel. An objective, he failed and probably wanted to erase it from his memory, you could say, because with Toontown at all anymore. From what I understand, he doesn't even check with updates or check anything about Toontown anymore. He wants it completely gone from his mind. So,
is this just from
um,
speculation, or is this like, because I heard you blocked him a few years ago.
wait, you're starting to cut out. What
Oh,
did you
sorry.
say?
I heard you block him a few years ago. Is this mainly just speculation? Which is perfectly fine. I'm just asking out of curiosity.
Hang on, let me
I can get
close up my
closer if you
YouTube.
like.
No, it was packet loss. I'm
Okay.
sorry. Can you repeat your question
Yeah.
one more time?
So, are you mainly just speculating on what he said, or are you mainly not what he said? Sorry, on what he was thinking in that thought process, or are you mainly thinking that that's the way he was doing it? Because you said you blocked him a few years ago.
Lefty did say once directly a long time ago that he does intend to destroy the game. Now, of course, his justification for that is that if they destroy Toontown Online, then Disney would have no choice but to fix the issues. Unfortunately, Disney didn't do that. They just said, screw it. You want to destroy the game? Fine, we're closing it. Now, was he telling the truth? Was that the reasoning he wanted to destroy the game so that Disney would fix it? In my opinion, now again, there is no way to confirm whether or not he was telling the truth, but in my opinion, and I'm sorry if this pisses anybody off, in my opinion, no. I think he was being dishonest. Why do I say this? You got to look at things logically, okay? Before Lefty got banned, he did not give a flying shit about Disney fixing the problems with the game. His only goal was to get to 137 laugh legit and to help people get better at the game. Those were his only goals. He only took this radical fundamentalist approach of destroy so it can get fixed after he got banned the second time. So
Um,
I'm basing my thoughts on why he closed his channel based off of what I know about him, what I've heard him say, and what I've observed about his personality when I knew the guy. Um, he's never directly said why he closed his channel, but this is my speculation based off of what I know about him and what we can see from his pattern of behavior.
yeah. Was there any? Wouldn't you argue that you created drama for them, like created some form of
Oh,
disconnect?
I most certainly did. Listen, I'm an honest guy, man. I got no problem taking responsibility. I most certainly did create drama because again, it's because of my brutal honesty. You got to understand something. A lot of people in Toontown do not want the truth to come out. They this hacking crap, right?
Yeah.
Lefty really wanted people to believe that he was banned for no reason, even though he had video evidence on his channel hacking the game. How are you going to get angry at me for telling people to take responsibility for their actions? While that video was not talking about Lefty directly, yeah, it caused some drama because people felt like, damn, this guy's telling the truth, and I don't want the truth to come out. Let's attack him.
Wow.
And of course, even outside of that, with the videos of me showing just how bad people were at this game, I'm not going to deny that caused a lot of drama. But again, it's like
Yeah.
you got to have examples of both. You got to show people how to play the game, and you got to show people how not to play the game. Otherwise, people will see a bad player and they will duplicate what the bad player is doing, thinking nothing of it. Imagine what would have happened to me if in my first CEO video I saw a bunch of people golfing. I would have been golfing.
And
But I got really lucky that the first CEO I did, there was a player that was good enough to tell me not to golf. And then I later found out after looking it up on the forums that the golf tree was bugged. So,
yep. Okay. So I mean, there was a point where like they argued. If I'm correct, Master Milton was no longer friends with you at the time because you disrespected. He claimed you disrespected. And so it was. I would say, arguably, it was because of all that drama that I don't know if it surfaced or not, but it was because the drama was discussed that it was, I would say, a turning point for some people where it was more of a friends and enemies kind of territory. From what you're saying, anyways.
so I had one conversation with Milton before he blocked me. Basically, this is what was happening, right? We did the CEO video together.
Yep.
And listen, I thought we were cool. Until that point, I thought we were cool. That's why I called him on Skype and invited him to fucking help me control this chaos. Because I thought we were cool.
Mm-hmm.
And a few weeks later, I found out he was talking all kinds of shit about me behind my back. And this is something that I've never understood. It's the internet. Like, okay, fair enough. In real life, if you're afraid of somebody, you're probably not gonna tell them how you really feel directly, or if it's like your boss or something. But if it's on the internet where there's nothing that I can really do to you, why do you feel the need to talk about me when I'm not there? If you got a problem, just talk about it to me man to man, you know?
Yeah. Absolutely,
And
man.
I didn't really care, but like eventually so many people were just telling me the things he was saying. I'm like, all right, let me just confront this guy directly. Okay. So I confronted him directly and I was like, you got something to say, just say it to my face. Oh, what are you talking about? I haven't said anything. No, buddy. I got evidence. You've been doing a lot of shit talking. So what's up? What's your problem? We can talk about this man to man. He then typed an essay and then blocked me before I even had a chance to reply to it. And that was the last time I talked to him. Basically, what he said in the essay is that, sometimes you're too honest. Sometimes it's better to consider people's feelings and not be so bluntly honest. It makes you look like an asshole.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, right? It's my mentality. What is more assholeless, okay? I know the truth and I hide it from you on purpose so your feelings don't get hurt. Truth later anyways, and then you also find out I lied to you. Your feelings are going to get hurt even more. You're going to look like an even bigger asshole than if I just tell you the truth, you get angry at me for a day, and then later on you get over it. Reality.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, in my opinion, I think there's some things you can tell, and there's other things that, like, if you did that, you would be sort of risking the friendship. Because friends, I mean, sure, they do wrong things, they do right things, but the important part is to be able to communicate with them and to be able to move past whatever mistake, whether it's a flaw or such. That's my personal perspective on the matter. Go ahead.
Right. Get it. If somebody stops being your friend because they can't handle your honesty, they're not really your friend. The reason I like being such an honest person is because you eliminate false friends and fake friends early on when you meet them. You eliminate them from your life so that if anything serious is actually happening to you, you don't have a bunch of phony friends that mean you no good in your circle. So, the friends that I got right now, they can handle. I mean, you see in the Discord that we're both in, man. We
I try to keep that quiet
a lot, man. It's all in good fun.
Yeah, I try.
That's not a Discord server that a lot of people can survive in.
Yeah, I try to keep it quiet because I don't know if you want the Toontown audience involved with that type of stuff. It's just if I talked about Frizzy has Discord. That's gonna be like a...
Oh yeah, whoops.
Dude, I'm so sorry. I hope you're okay with that.
Nah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. But, cause I got a unique perspective about this as well because I had an incident when I was 9 years old, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was on the playground, I got into a fight with another kid, one thing led to another. He said what he was going to do. I said what he wasn't going to do. We end up getting in a fight and I'm kicking his ass, right? Then the next thing I know, I'm fighting like 4 other people. I got this guy on the ground. I get hit on the side. I'm like, oh crap. Then I get hit on the other side. I'm like, oh crap, this is not how this was supposed to go. So I try to run away. I trip over a stick, and then I'm just getting jumped, man. And then I see on the other side of the playground that my quote unquote friends were just sitting there letting it happen. So
what? At 9 years old?
So 9 years old. So
wow. Dude, you have a lot of life experience, man, let me tell you. Like, from a police perspective, I totally understand why you went for a correctional officer kind of position, at the time, anyway. So I have to go to the washroom, actually.
Like, really badly.
Huh?
Oh, no, it was just a bunch of lag. But you see why I have the mentality that I do. When I was 9, I lied a lot. As a result, I had a lot of friends around. If I had the mentality I had now at 9 years old, those phony friends that I had, I wouldn't have been around them in the first place. So when I got jumped, I wouldn't be sitting there looking like an idiot being like, okay, guys, are y'all going to help me? What the hell? See, this is why I don't mind losing phony friends over my honesty, because I know if some real stuff goes down, they wouldn't help me anyways. So, in my opinion, I'm just eliminating people that would only seek to waste my time early, Okay. So
I can understand that perspective. I mean, I don't get me wrong. I'm in the city. I know Detroit. That's where I grew up in. I'm not talking specifically in Detroit. There's all forms of, I could be anywhere for all guys know. But like, to put it in perspective, that's my area that I'm relative to in my childhood.
Right.
And so, for me, I could totally understand some of what you're saying, even if I wasn't in that situation, even if I wasn't
And
in
don't
those
get me
time
wrong, this
places.
this isn't just related to fights and violence. It could be finances, you know? If you're going through some one point in time I was going through some hard times, and there was actually a chick I dated on Pirates who knew I was going through some hard times. Like, I was so broke I couldn't even buy a bundle for the game. So you know what this chick did? She mailed me money so I could buy one of the bundles for my birthday. And I got angry at I'm like, did this chick
Why?
actually
That's that's
dude,
that's their money. That's not like that's taking. That's like bribing them in some ways.
exactly, like, yeah, like that's what it felt like. I'm like, is this chick trying to bribe me for my affection? Like, I felt some kind of way. I tried to return the money and she wouldn't let me do it. So,
Wow.
but
Okay.
but 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 the reason I used her as an example is because when I dated that chick, she was aware of my brutal honesty. As a result of that, we did get into some fights, but she stuck around because she was a true friend. Now, the people that leave your life because you're too honest, in my opinion, it's good because, again, it's not just related to fighting or finances. Any serious problem that you are having, they will not be around for it if they're not really your friend. This way, you just eliminate phony people.
Yeah, man, that's very interesting. I do like your perspective. So I'm gonna have to go